The biggest festival of Indian democracy is going to end soon. Yes, this is the 4th June and you already know that counting of votes has already begun. But before moving to any kind of conclusion that who will be the next PM and which political party is going to win this election, we should know that how votes are counted. This is very much important for any citizen of this country and also an aspirant that you should know the procedures that in which manner votes are counted in this country. Hello and welcome to the in-news series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about how votes are counted, and this session is important for your GS2 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss who will be in charge of the counting of votes, then we are going to discuss who are these counting officials, then we are going to discuss who are allowed inside the counting halls, where will be the votes counted, then we are going to discuss what is the process and then in which manner the result will be announced and who will announce, and then practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to the Drishti IAS channel. Moving towards the news part. So you already know that today is the 4th June and very soon we are going to know that who will be the next PM of this country and which political party is going to rule this country. So over the last month and half, 642 million voters have spoken in the largest democratic festivals, and today it's time to be heard themselves. So that's why we have taken this news that how or in which manner the votes are counted and what would be the response of the voters. And today is the day when the voters are heard and there will be the assessment of all political parties. So coming to the next one. The next one is about who will be in charge of counting of votes. So counting is carried out under the supervision of direction of returning officers. And who is returning officer? So returning officer is the district magistrate of district concerned, and he or she is nominated by Election Commission of India. There is also provision of assistant returning officers. So in place, if so many constituencies are under one returning officer, the assistant returning officers assist them into the counting procedures. So coming to the next one is about who are these counting officials. So each counting table has counting supervisor, who is typically a gazetted officer or equivalent post, and also a counting assistant, a counting staff drawn from the group D employees, and micro observer. And what is the role of micro observer here? So micro observer maintains the sanctity of the counting of the votes and it helps into conduction of free and fair election. Then these officials are chosen from a database, so they are not randomly chosen. So they are chosen from a database of officers using software developed centrally by the state chief electoral officers. So this is about that who are under the counting officials. So we have what you can say counting supervisor, who is typically a gazetted officer or equivalent post. Then we have counting assistant, counting staff drawn from the group D, and also a micro observer. Then coming to the next one, which is about who is allowed inside the counting halls. So this is very much important, that who is allowed inside the counting halls. Counting supervisors, counting assistants, micro observer, ECI authorized individuals and observer, public servant on election duty, and candidates, election agents and counting agent. So these are the people who are allowed inside the counting halls. But there is a shift here and there is a twist here, that who are the part of the public servant. So police officers and government ministers are not part of the public servants on the day of counting. So here you must know that who are the part of the public servants. So police officers and government ministers cannot step inside the counting halls. They can remain outside the counting halls, but they cannot step inside the counting halls. And who has access for the mobile phones? So including returning officers, no any officials are allowed to use mobile phones. Only it can be used by the ECI observer. So only ECI observer can use mobile phones. So in order to maintain free and fair counting of votes, these kind of provisions have been made. Then coming to the next one is about where will the votes be counted. So Rule 51, time and place for counting of votes of the conduct of election rules 1961 says that before announcement of the election dates, it means that on 19th of April we have seen the first phase of election. So before 1 week the date and place has been decided by the returning officer. So who announced the date? So you already know that Election Commission of India announced the date, but this place and timing for counting of votes is decided by the returning officer, who is generally a district magistrate, and the location of the counting is determined preferably in the constituency of district magistrate. But if district magistrate decide some other place, then there will be no legal objection or no legal action against the person, and specific assembly constituency are continue at a single location. So according to Election Commission of India, and the rule says that there should be maintenance of sanctity and transparency, and in order to maintain that, we should have a different location for each constituency. So there will be the simultaneous counting of votes all around the India, but two constituency cannot be counted together. So there will be the separate location for each constituency, and halls are also separated. And if there is no proper infrastructure for separation of halls, then there can be partition by using curtains or any kind of things. But these kind of things and infrastructure must be maintained while counting of the votes. Coming to the next one. The next one is about how does the counting begin and progress. So there are two types of votes which are counted. So the first one is the general one, which is the EVM votes, and the second one is the postal ballot. And why it is important to count postal ballots? Because they are also the citizens and they cannot go to the polling booth because they are the senior citizens, they are the service providers. In such situation, they are also the differently able citizens of this country. So in such situation, if they cannot go to the polling station, the ECI has made a facility for themselves that they can cast their vote through postal ballots. So first the postal ballots are counted, and after 30 minutes of postal ballots, the EVM starts, and it starts on the RO table. So this is the thing, and where this particular thing has been stored. So there is a strong room in which the EVM and VVPATs are stored, and there is also videography and barricades before counting agent. So when this particular EVMs are opened, so it is videographed, and all things are stored in a strong room, and when they come outside, it is videographed, and there is a proper barricades for the elections agents and counting agents. So they cannot touch the EVMs physically. So that's why if they are allowed to remain in the counting halls, but there is a proper barricades so that they cannot touch and they cannot do anything with the EVMs, and results are recorded in the form of 17C. So we already had discussed that 17C. So the first part of 17C records that who came to the polling booths and who have casted their votes. So they record such kind of a document. The 17C second part is given to the elections agents and the counting agents, in which the data will be the stored and data will be the recorded. Then coming to that, how are the results announced? So you already know that in strong rooms there is a storage of the EVMs, postal ballots, and this VVPAT. And after videograph, the seal is broken in front of videograph, and the counting agents and all the counting officials are present there, and in front of them these things are opened up. And then there is a button of result. So when they will press the button of result, they can show that which political party or which candidate has got what amount of the votes, and they will record those things on the form 70C. So we have discussed the second part of 70C records that which political parties and which candidate has secured how many votes. So there is a record on this 17C, and after that there will be the tally through the VVPATs. and the two random EVMs will be selected, and there will be the tally of VVPAT. It hardly takes 30 minutes, and after that there will be the record on 17C, and the RO will decide that this political person and this political candidate has won the election. So in this manner the results are announced. So the tallying of VVPAT is very much important in the EVM countings, and the signs of RO, it means the signature of RO on 17C form, is very much important because that will authenticate the counting of votes. So in this manner the results are announced. Moving to the question round, consider the following statement regarding counting of votes, and the first statement is counting is carried out under the supervision direction of the returning officer, and the second one is the RO is typically the district magistrate of the district concerned. So these are the two statements. Then you have to find out that which is the correct one and which is not the correct one, and your options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So you have to answer this into the comment section. So I hope that you have understood that what is the process and in which manner the votes are counting. The role of returning officers is very much important. The role of micro observer is very much important. The role of election agents are very much important. So in a democratic setup like India, there is a provision that no biasness is maintained here, and in order to prove the sanctity of the counting of votes, the officials are appointed there and they are not randomly appointed. So in such situation there is a strong rules for counting of the votes so that there should be the free and fair election. So I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.